Alright, Shalom. Once again, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakadash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles of great millstone, I surely do well. Salutation to all Yakim that push this word in sincerity and in truth. Brother Lamar, once again from GMS Trinidad, right? This is 2018, the year of prophecy, right? We are the Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible, according to ancient history, right? We are not black Hebrew Israelites, right, as some may think, right? And we are not a part of any of the black identity extremists, right? You know, coming to do another video because, hey, the foundations of the earth out of course. Right, one of my brothers today was telling me, in some country they have a new birth certificate where they have an X, male, female, or neutral, right? Because, you know, the Illuminati, right, pushing this agenda for the new world order that, you know, let a child be what they want. Don't let them be called male or female, right? They could be whatever sex they want to be. Alright? Now, the Most High never set up things to be like this. Alright? He set up both male and female, right? And to procreate. But the so-called white man, he want to be God. And this Aleister Crowley doctrine, do as thou wilt, you know, he pushing upon all the nations of the earth. Alright? Now, it is wickedness for a man to be born a man and go and change his sex to be a female. That is confusion. Alright? Now, this is Psalms 82 and verse 5. It says, they know not, neither will they understand. Right? And when you read the book of Job 28 verse 28, it says understanding is to depart from evil. Alright? Because the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushai, alright, you flying in the Most High face when he make you a man and you want to be a woman. When he make you a woman and you want to be a man. This is wickedness. And you have no understanding. Because understanding, as I said, going back to Job 28, is to depart from evil. And a man going and change his sex, or a woman going and change her sex, is not departing from evil. So henceforth, the people in society that do these kind of things have no understanding. They have no fear of the Most High. Because the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, he could do whatever he wants. We cannot. We is nothing but flesh. Alright? And the so-called white man, as much as he wants to be God, he cannot be God. Right? He is not a power. Alright? It says, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. And that darkness. Right? Because another Psalms says, children is a heritage of the Most High. Blessed be the man that have his quiver full with them. Because why? Your children actually goes back to your riches. Right? Your son goes back to one of the Hebrew words, ban or bana. Right? Which means builder. He carries on your name. Your daughter is a wealth. Because long ago, right, if somebody wanted your daughter, they would have to pay a bride price of 50 shekels of silver. Which 50 shekels of silver is a lot of money. Right? Think if you go back to the conversion in these days, right? El Apostle Taha, in one of the breakdowns at time, had a gold coin and he had a shekel of silver. And one of those silver coins goes back to 200 US. Alright? So 50 shekels of silver, if I'm not mistaken, goes back to the equivalent of $70,000. Alright? And not only that, your daughter would have been the one to make clothes out of wool, to cook, to clean, and these kind of things. So this is why the reason you would have to pay for your daughter, because your daughter come like a servant. Hey, your son is also a servant. Your son would have been the one to go and you know, see about the sheep and different things, you know, till the ground, whatever. Alright? So, you walking on in darkness when you don't want to procreate. Because a transgender cannot bring forth a child. Right? A transgender male who wants to be a female cannot bring forth a child. It makes no sense that he's walking on in darkness. Not only that, when you have no children, you don't carry on a name, and let me say you grow old, right? And you have enemies. What going to be your position? You have no children to defend you. You're going to die lonely. You're going to die childless, right? All the foundation of the earth are out of course, yeah. The earth out of course right about now. Homosexual parades. Trinidad had the first annual homosexual parade this year. I think it's if not last month, 2 months ago. This is wickedness in the eyesight of the Creator. This is wickedness in the eyesight of the author of all life. Now the reason why the so-called white man and the Illuminati in the New World Order pushing this homosexual agenda is because he could earn, or he could get all the earth resources for himself. The less people with all this riches, you become the main man. Alright? This is actually putting the earth to death. It needs people to sow the earth. Right? When the Most High saw it had no man to look after the Garden of Eden, he took Adam and placed Adam in the Garden of Eden. Right? To till the ground, to make sure the land fertile, to make sure it has fruits. To make sure everything going alright. Alright? Now what this so-called white man is, according to the scriptures, he's anti-Mashiach, or what some people call the Antichrist. Alright? Oh, this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15. Chapter 15 of verse, chapter 14, boy. Hold on, Babu Kashabe, no 1 second. Right? 1 Corinthians 14 verse 33. It says, for the Most High, Yahweh, is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches are the same. So, guess what? The Most High in the author of confusion, because guess what? Just yesterday on the highways and byways, right, we are talking about a transgender male and a transgender female who went with the opposite sex. So one person changed his sex, alright? Now what sense that make? Because I actually see the brother busting the brain. What sense it make you being a transgender male, right? Meaning you're turning yourself into a female, right? To go and have sex with a transgender female, somebody who turned themselves into a male, right? Or not in a relationship, really and truly, in the spiritual sense, this person still went back with a female. In a spiritual sense, this person still went back with a male. Just to change their genitals. I actually saw my brother, right, brother, I want to say, like, he was busting the bread, like, what the like, confusion, what sense that make? So the Most High in the author of confusion, because really and truly, when you're confused, you could never be at peace. You could never be at peace when you're confused. And this is what the so-called white man, he is the author is. He's the author of confusion. Alright? Because nothing he does actually makes sense. Verse 40, it says in 1 Corinthians 14 verse 14, let all things be done decently and in order. And that is what the Most High did. When he came, when the Spirit of the Most High, according to Genesis, walked on the face of the earth. Alright? And he actually took the earth from the elemental stage, right, where everything was basically out of order, and he put everything in order. He divided the light. He divided the sea from the earth. Alright? He divided man and woman. He placed seed upon the earth. He put everything in order. He bring the elements into order. This is how the Most High created the earth. Took everything from its elemental state. It's like this. You're taking sand, you're taking cement and water, and you're taking bricks. Each one of these have their own state. But when you put all of them together with steel, alright, and all these things, they could build a house. That is what the Most High did. But what this so-called white man doing, he actually deconstructing everything that the Most High done. Because when a man having sexual intercourse with an next man, you cannot bring forth children. Alright? So I'll read the precept in which I quoted earlier in Psalms 127. Alright? Because children, trust me, it ain't easy to mind in this life. But it's a beautiful thing. Children is a beautiful thing. Alright? Psalms 127 verse 3. It says, Lord, children are an heritage of Yahweh, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. So when you're going out there and procreate, you actually give them back to the Most High. Right? Because the firstborn that opened the vortex also belongs to the Most High. Not only that, when you bring forth children, and you teach them the laws, the statutes, and the commandments of the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, alright? They actually bring praises unto the Almighty. And this is the whole duty of man. To fear the Most High, keep his commandments, and show forth his praise. Isaiah chapter 43, verse 21, somewhere around there. It says, this people have I created for my praise. They shall shoot for the praises of the Most High. And that is what we are created to do. To praise the living power. To praise the living God. This is one of the reasons why we have to procreate. This is one of the reasons why we have to have sex with the opposite sex in order to bring forth children. Alright? Verse 4 and verse 5. As arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are the children of the youth. So the more children you bring forth in the youth, alright, it's going to be better for you in the old age. Abraham, alright, he was wealthy, he had many servants. But what about Jacob? Jacob and all was wealthy because he had many children. He had 12 sons. 70 souls came out of the loins of our forefather Jacob. Alright? Jacob used to his children going and see about his livestock. When you have children handling these kind of scenes, where livestock or sheep, goat, and cattle, all these things are riches going back into the book of Job. Alright? The whole earth out of course right about now because the wicked rule in the earth. He come to steal and to destroy. That is the nature of the so-called white man. That is why the Almighty Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Harak Wakadash, go in and destroy the so-called white man. Right? Hey, Salakia. Verse 5. Happy is the man that hath his quiver full of them. They shall not be ashamed, but they shall speak with the enemies in the gate. So look at that. The more children you have, when you're going down to your old age, and people coming against you as a father, your children will answer them at the gate. Hey, the children of Israel, right? Israel was a man. His former name was Jacob. Alright? The Philistines, they are a Hamitic tribe. They come from one of the sons of Ham. Did not David answer Goliath at the gate? Did not David stand for all the children of Israel at that time when he said, who is this uncircumcised dog that speak against the Most High? Not only did King David stand for his forefather Israel, but he also stand for his father Yahweh, which is the God of heaven and earth. Because according to the book of Exodus chapter 4 verse 22, it says, Israel is my son, even my firstborn. So when Goliath was speaking blasphemies against the God of Israel, David answered him in the gate. and said, who is this uncircumcised dog that speak against the living power? But the so-called white man, nobody ain't going to be able to answer for him. Because according to the book of Isaiah chapter 14 verse 21, it says that he destroy his own people. How the so-called white man destroying his own people? This the democracy, where he pushing homosexuality. One man supposed to only have one child. One man only supposed to have one woman. Alright? He pushing now in the churches where a man, if he have more than one wife, so long as if a man have more than one wife, he committing adultery. When adultery is where a man will have sex with another man's wife, that is adultery. This was the only strategy Most High had against King David. Because King David had many wives. King Solomon had many wives. King Rehoboam desired many wives. Gideon, a mighty man of God, had many wives. He had 310 children because he had many wives. But the so-called white man, what he like to do is shove his prick up in the next man's bottom. Or in a woman's bottom, where there is no egg for the sperm to fertilize. And he's pushing this agenda through the four corners of the earth to fulfill the lust of the flesh, to fulfill the lust of men. Alright? So he now has become a God who gives people whatever they want. But he's not a God to give people what they need. Because why? The so-called white man, he poisoning the air, he poisoning the water, he poisoning the food. The amount of GMOs that we eat on a daily basis, it have carcinogens, or what they'll call cancer-causing agents. Alright? Yeah, alright? So, that is the so-called white man. Alright? Can't remember what I was saying before because I had to go and do something. Alright? But yeah, the so-called white man, he's death. That all he does do, he does bring death to the world. Because why? He don't keep the laws alive. He don't keep the laws, the statutes and the commandments of the Most High. But yet he want to be Israel. He right now in the land of Israel, calling himself Israeli or Jewish. Alright? Which fulfilling the scripture back in Revelation chapter 2 verse 9. Says, I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. How they are the synagogue of Satan? Because they did adversary. They are the adversary, the opposition to the Most High. Alright? The so-called white man had nothing to do but to bring death and destruction to the whole earth. Alright? That is why the Most High going to get rid of him. The dead cannot worship the Most High. And what the so-called white man doing is just bringing death. Alright? And we as men, especially the men of Israel, the Negroes, the Latinos and natives, supposed to be the people to showing the wisdom of the Most High. Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 45. Going on down. Alright? This is Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 4. Now hear what it's saying. It says the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The earth mourning. Not only the people on the earth mourning, but the earth itself have a spirit. Alright? The earth itself have a spirit. That is why the earth is alive. The Most High places spirit in all things. Alright? Doth not my spirit fill heaven and earth? The earth is a living thing. Alright? That is why you're supposed to keep a land Sabbath to get the earth rest. Alright? The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. Right? The haughty people of the earth do languish. Why? Because they're being wasted away. Alright? Let me see what languish means in the Hebrew. It comes from the Hebrew word amal. Alright? A primitive root, to droop by implication, to be sick, to mourn. Hey, languish, be weak, wax feeble, languish, and that's the so-called white man. The so-called white man, he's weak, right? The younger, the elder shall serve the younger. One nation shall be stronger than the next, and we are stronger than the so-called white man. We faster than him. All right, we excel in sports, boxing, different things, right? Whatever sport you put a Jake up to, basketball, whatever the case is, football, we are stronger than them. All right, just the Most High, because iniquity separates us from the Most High. That is why you'll see the so-called white man actually defeating us in certain things. But other than that, we are stronger than the so-called white man. Alright? But why they fading away? Because they keep not the laws, the statutes, and commandments of the Most High. They eat pork. That is not keeping the law. Pork does get us sick. Ham. Right? The pig, it does get us sick. They're fading away. They're becoming weak because they don't keep the dietary laws that the Most High Yahweh Shai set up. They make GMOs. The food that we eating is not real food. Alright? So, read them back. Right? Isaiah chapter 24 verse 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Right? It is unclean. Right? Because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, broken the everlasting covenant. The everlasting covenant, or the everlasting agreement, was for the children of Israel to keep the laws, the statutes, and commandments that the Most High gave unto them from the hands of Moses, but we kept not that. And because of unrighteous dealings, our kingdom was translated from one people to another. Right? Now the time going to come that the kingdom will return back unto us, where we're going to be kings and gods over the earth, underneath Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? Where we'll have spiritual powers, where we could do all sorts of unimaginable things. Right? Superman, Naruto, any kind of comic book person that you would have liked to have the powers, they ain't going to be able to step to you. This is why the so-called white man in certain movies, they're always showing that he has powers, because they know the scriptures. We're going to get powers. Alright? But they're going to be dogs, servants. Alright? They transgress the laws, saying that a man can have sex with a man. Oh God, I nastiness. Verse 6. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. Right? So that's speaking when Yahushai come back in the vengeance of your father Yahweh to make the earth burn as an oven. Alright? So yeah, with that, want to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Basham Harakwakadash, double honor to the elders, the apostles, the great mercenaries that surely do well. Salutation to the Akim that push this word out there in sincerity and truth. 2018 year prophecy. I hope this video was edifying towards the hopefully elect and to the people that have ears to hear. Alright? We are the Hebrew Israelites, as I said before. Alright? Yeah, the earth language and the whole foundation of the earth out of course. Keep to the word. Stick to the laws, statutes, and commandments that the Bible tell you. Right? With that, Lamar out, and shalom to the hopeful elect.